Hello, Scuba here. Welcome back to Arcadia. It is time that we upgrade our camp here. We need more than just a little tent and a couple of redstone contraptions around. But before we do that, I want to take the time to actually clear out the area we're gonna need for the complete build. I want to clear out this old forest over here. So let's get started right away and let's clear out a whole bunch of trees. Let's go! Alright, it's a couple of days later in real life now. Well, actually, about a week. Life has been busy. Anyway, for our build of today, I'm gonna need a bit of dye. So we're here at Sylph's shop and I just noticed a shop popped up right here. So let's take a look. I think this is the face of Janky J. Let's take a look. Ooh, this is cool. So apparently he's selling music discs. Let's see. 2 diamonds per disc. Discs in frame, not for sale. Okay, so the most important ones, of course they are out of stock. We do have our party box that only has 1 music disc in it. So I might buy a couple in the near future. Yeah, that's cool. The other side has a face too. That's cool. Anyway, let's go check out Sylph's shop and let's see if she has the correct dyes for me. I could also just buy the stuff I need. And let's put 1 diamond in here. I'm gonna need these 2. And let's take the cyan and the blue. Those might come in handy. Then we're gonna need 1 more stack of light gray wool. That's for the build. And this is extra. Also, let's check the shops, by the way. Let's see. Did anybody buy anything? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, over here. Maybe in the basalt alpha. Let's see. Ooh. Someone bought a stack of blackstone. Someone bought a bunch of fire resistance potions. Nice. And some quartz? Awesome. We're finally selling some stuff. Alright, now that we have our wool, there's a couple of things we still need for the build. So let's head over to the desert first. And one of the last things I need is some sand to make concrete powder. And the last thing we're gonna need is some hanging roots. So let's make a quick and dirty farm for that. We're gonna start by just placing down a couple of chests over here. Then point some hoppers into those. Yeah, I might wanna build this one higher. Okay, so let's break it all again. Okay, again. Let's get some chests. Let's get some hoppers here. We've got our rooted dirt over here. Now we want to place some dispensers like this. We want to detect the hanging root growing. Then we need 1 block over here. And a bunch of redstone. And that's it. We do actually want to close this off. So let's get some nice blocks for that. Let's see. Let's just get some mud. Yeah, and also I want this to be accessible easier than this. So I'm gonna move these dispensers to the other side. So let's see. Dispenser, 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 dispenser. Then mud blocks over there. And let's put 1 more over there. 1 more mud block over there. And some glass over here. Now we can put some bone meal in here. We're gonna trigger this 1 time. And we're done. We have a hanging root farm. Now let's get ourselves a couple of shears. And let's see if this actually works. Oh yeah, it works. But we are already out of bone meal. This thing eats bone meal like crazy. There we go, we already have 3 stacks. There we go, easy and effective. Very effective. And it's just so simple. And with all these materials, we should now have enough to start the first part of our mega base. So let's hop into a time lapse. And let's go. Alright, that's the first part done. Our converter room. I actually recorded this bit before, but I sounded like a garbage disposal. Not that I know what that would sound like, because I'm not an American and we don't do that stuff around here. Anyway, I've built up the pathway over here, and we have this really unfinished corner. Unfinished because we're gonna build a lot more here. And in this corner, we have a water elevator. And if we go up, we walk into a nice lush cave. And this is actually our converter area. So over here, we have our mud converter. So here we have the dirt input. And I do still need to figure out a nice way to actually access the chests above. Although I might just leave it like this because I'm probably not gonna do more at a time than a large chest. We've decorated this cave with a bunch of stuff. It's mostly mud with some muddy mangrove roots. We've got our hanging roots, dripstones. We've got a bunch of flowers with frog lights behind them. And we also have some azalea bushes and the glowberries to finish it off. If we walk upstairs here, then we get to our coarse dirt to dirt converter. And we have a bunch of chests here. We even have a bunch of coarse dirt left, but we can fill those up and then just stand over here and make ourselves a bunch of normal mud again. So we can combine those with the gravel again for infinite dirt. But before we are going to use this area, we're gonna need to make an item sorter. So let's go down again. And I already crafted a bunch of hoppers and chests so we can make an item sorter right over here. So let's get on with that. So first of all, we're gonna place a row with only one chest. And these are gonna be shulker boxes later on. So we can easily just grab a shulker full of the material that's in that slot. But for now, let's just use chests, because I don't have that much shulkers yet. When we change them out for actual shulkers, they will be filled up by the chests above them. So let's place down a bunch of hoppers over here. And let's fill in the rest with chests. There we go. That's all the chests we're gonna need. And let's fill this all up with some hoppers. We have a bunch of hoppers now. And next up, we want to add a row of hoppers on top of this. And then we can start with the actual sorting part. So we are going to make a simple impulse sorter. So let's place down the blocks for that first. And we're gonna have to go like this. Then one more step down. Oh, that was too much of a step. Then we're gonna take out our comparators. After that, we're gonna need a bunch of repeaters, like this. Then we can place some blocks behind the repeaters. And now we can place a bunch of redstone torches behind this. After that, we're gonna go up again. And we're gonna place down a bunch of blocks like this. And then fill it all up with some redstone. There we go. And for the last step, we're gonna need to put a bunch of hoppers facing into these comparators. When we're done, it should look like this. We have a hopper facing into a comparator that will power this redstone line. And whenever there's more items than we set up in the filter, in the hopper, this block will power, which will power this repeater, unpower this torch, which will unpower this block, so this hopper can actually suck out items from the hopper above it. And that's how the impulse sorter works in a nutshell. Now we can feed items into the sorting system using two methods. We could either use hoppers, so just a hopper line going over this that feeds the items through it, or we can do it the other way, and that's using some ice. So I've got a bunch of packed ice here. We are going to place a row of ice blocks above the chests here, like this. Then we're gonna take a bunch of iron bars and we're gonna place it on top of the hoppers like this. After building the impulse sorter and adding the ice and the iron fences, we need to get the items into the system. So we're gonna make a water stream circling around, then add some trapdoors and add some water and ice underneath the trapdoors. And then all we need to do is connect the water stream from the blasting chamber, add the sea cucumbers that I forgot, and we're done. Alright, now that we have a working sorting system over here, it's time to make this area beautiful. So, let's hop into another time lapse, and let's go! Alright, the first part of our mega base is done. And I really like the way it turned out. No more hideous redstone, and now we have a sorting system for our blasting chambers. And the plan for the rest of the mega base is actually to make way more of this. And I have these cliffs following the coastlines with an opening right here. And a big cliff over here. But we will do the planning in the next episode. Let's first check this out. So let's take the boat, because this is actually designed to be viewed from the bottom. And yeah, you can see that if you look at the back of this thing. Anyway, you should imagine that you're in a boat sailing across a river and that everything looks like this. And we're gonna have pathways like this and places where we can get out of the boat, where we can access our farms, our storage systems, and just take a walk alongside these cliffs. And we're gonna have all kinds of interconnected rope bridges and all kinds of interesting areas. But yeah, this turned out really cool. I see 2 blocks missing over there, but I really like how this turned out with all the little hanging stuff. I do need to trim my glowberries and add them in a few more places, but that's a job for later. I really like that we can just turn on our generator here and everything will start working. Our materials just come out of the roof like this and BAM! And then we get our basalt. Yeah, this is really satisfying. Anyway, let's turn this off because I saw a comment on one of Asterix's videos a bit more than a week ago. And I think someone should do something with it. Okay, so Asterix, he built this giant thing with moss blocks, you remember? And
yeah.
I saw in his comments, someone called Siren, he said, I'm just thinking, what if someone bone mealed that? So, I wanna do that. Are you up for it?
Oh, that's... Yeah.
Well, to Asterix base then.
I hooked up down!
Wow, this thing is massive. I'm just loading it in for the first time.
There he is.
Oh man, I was just here.
I'm seeing this for the first time now. It's really big. Alright, let's go.
Big quadrant. Well, whatever it is. Just try not to accidentally bone meal the shrubs. Let's get trees. Oh, right, done that. Never mind. Let's say that and immediately do it.
Yeah, the rest you can get rid of with just some water, but not the trees.
Yeah. He's gonna accidentally find a bit of rooted dirt now. Alright, next layer.
Oh, it's looking so much better now.
Yeah.
It actually looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it does. Oh, now he has a tree.
Well, that's a little land die. Sheesh. Alright, I'm going down again.
Let's see, did we have all the platforms over here?
Yeah.
I think so. Oh my god, this is a creeper explosion. Creeper holes. Alright, this next... I think there's...
Is there one more layer?
There's actually several layers in between that, I think.
Are we gonna do the ones in between them?
I mean, it's a bit of a death trap. We're doing him a favor by, putting most of the carpets over it, so, mob don't spawn.
Oh, that's true. He was complaining about that in his video.
I can't wait to see his reaction. Imagine he logs on right now.
Then we run, right?
Yeah.
Then we run.
No evidence.
I think we have done with everything.
That's all, right?
Yeah.
And thanks for the help. Thanks, Siren, for that awesome idea. And with that, let's end this video. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!